It is a day that the people of East Timor dreamed of, a dream that kept their hopes alive during 24 years of occupation by Indonesia. The resistance leader, Xanana Gusmao, is home after 7 years as a prisoner of war in Indonesia. He's returning to the mountain base of his victorious resistance army, the National Resistance Forces for the Liberation of East Timor, known as Falentil. This civil servant turned guerrilla fighter has returned to honor his fallen comrades and to rebuild a completely devastated country.
We fought against the Portuguese colonists. We fought all those who tried to colonize us, the martyrs of Falentil.
Sadness overcomes the euphoria as Xanana comforts the survivors, including women who fought in the mountains with Falentil and lost husbands and children during the occupation. To win independence, Falentil had to face the enemy by refusing to fight. Under Indonesian rule, East Timor is a restricted area. Few outsiders witness the daily life of one of the world's most inaccessible guerrilla forces. The Indonesian army has pushed Falentil high into the mountains, but it has not been able to destroy it. Vastly outnumbered, Falentil now resorts to guerrilla tactics against one of the most powerful armies in Asia. Commander Tor Matan Ruak is Falentil's chief of staff. He controls around 1,000 fighters based high in the mountains. His commander-in-chief, Xanana Gusmao, is 6 years into a 20-year sentence for subversion in an Indonesian jail. But his orders regularly reach Ruak, and Falentil fights on.
Although we want peace, we are not pacifists. We are a military, and this war was imposed on us. For our self-defense, we took up arms. Our struggle has already taken 23 years. A struggle which has stolen many lives. But we never lost hope, and we will continue to struggle until East Timor gains its independence.
The resistance is split into 4 regional commands. In the face of Indonesian attacks, they've given up trying to maintain fixed bases and now patrol in mobile units of a few men. Their tactics are to monitor the movements of the Indonesian military, ambushing patrols when they can, capturing weapons, sabotaging equipment, and harassing the enemy.
It's better to go back home, then Timor will be peaceful. You shit, you shit, you shit. Speak politely, we're both human. Who are you? We're the guys you've been looking for, day and night, the ones you call terrorists.
They live off the land and depend on clandestine support for basic supplies and military intelligence. Many people risk their lives to support Falentil. When they look to the mountains, they know their dreams of freedom are alive.
The clandestine front is very important and has always been the base for our resistance, because without this popular support we couldn't survive.
Falentil fighters get their weapons from the enemy. Each gun represents one dead Indonesian soldier.
Like other liberation movements, we need weapons. But unlike other liberation movements, we don't receive any arms from outside.
Messages smuggled out of the mountains keep them in contact with their families and with their commander-in-chief, Xanana Gusmao, even when he is in prison in faraway Jakarta. In July 1998, Falentil's 4 regional commands travel from their distant operation areas for a rare strategy session. Jakarta is in turmoil. Indonesian student demonstrations have already forced President Suharto to resign. They are now demanding full democracy. Fighting cocks are blessed by Falentil commander Leki Naha Fohoraibot. He is also a revered Lulik master. Many Falentil soldiers credit their survival to the power of Lulik, which combines traditional animist beliefs with Catholic symbolism. Leki lost his fingertips in a grenade blast. He believes Lulik saved his life. Now, as a Lulik master, he blesses the talisman that will protect his soldiers.
Whether you're in the dark, faced with weapons, knives, planes, cars, or other dangerous things, you will not be killed.
When the virtually destroyed Falentil regrouped under Xanana Gusmao's leadership in the early 80s, it developed a dual strategy. Xanana fostered an urban student underground movement and replenished Falentil's forces with East Timorese men who had been conscripted into the Indonesian army. Commandant Falur Rate Lake was a soldier in the Indonesian military. He defected to Falentil in 1983 with an entire battalion.
In the villages, when I saw the arbitrary killings of the people by the Indonesian forces, the ill treatment, forced labor, starvation and death, then I realized it was a grave injustice.
On August 4th, 1998, Falentil is on the brink of victory. Indonesia and Portugal start negotiations for a United Nations supervised referendum on East Timor's future. The radio exchanges between Falentil and the Indonesian army take a dramatic turn.
That's right. Later, they will be more open to the people about what the problems are. After that, there is going to be a tripartite between Indonesia, Portugal and the UN. So now, it's just a closed meeting between leaders. Over. We already know about the meeting. We already know what the governor said. He also backs the idea of a referendum for East Timor. We will never accept a ceasefire offered by the Indonesians until the process is under the United Nations.